Hunters, one of the easiest classes for hardcore classic WoW, or at least so I've heard. Apparently, someone has completed the entire hardcore challenge as a hunter without ever taking a single point of damage. That is how easy it's supposed to be. Memes aside, today we are taking a look and talking about the hunter class as it relates to hardcore servers in classic WoW, and how good or bad hunters can be for hardcore. Throughout this video, I will go over the class's pros and cons, as well as an overview of your important abilities that are helpful for hardcore, and at the end I will also give the class a rating based on some important metrics. So, hardcore servers are servers where you only have one life, which means survival means everything. As a hunter, once you reach level 10 you get access to a pet companion that will fight by your side, and you can even teach your pet taunt so that it will keep aggro for you while fighting. I believe it should speak for itself why, like when you have a pet and you only have one life, having a personal tank with you at all times is incredibly valuable. By speccing into Beast Mastery, you can even make your pet even better both in terms of survival and damage output, making it an absolute beast, pun intended. More damage means your pet will keep aggro better as well outside of taunt cooldowns, and as long as you play carefully, there's pretty much nothing scary that ever happens to you as a hunter while you're leveling. The one thing worth mentioning here is that from level 1 to level 10 will probably be one of your biggest challenges as a hunter, and during the launch of the hardcore servers this is also where you will see the differences between a good or a bad hunter. A good hunter will be one of the first level 10s on the server, while a bad hunter will be one of the last level 10s on the server. Hunters have a very low skill floor, but a very high skill ceiling. What this means is that on a base level, playing a hunter is incredibly easy. That being said, the differences between a regular hunter and a good hunter is absolute night and day, both while leveling and at max level. Like I just said, a good hunter will be among the first level 10s on a server, while a bad hunter will be among one of the slowest levelers. Likewise, at max level, a bad hunter will be the reason why your group wipes and dies, while a good hunter would save that group. For max level, there's not much I can personally do to help you reach that skill ceiling, but for leveling there are two big tips that I can give you that will help increase your efficiency by quite a bit. Number one is download a melee swing timer or a weapon swing timer add-on. That way you can weave your melee hits in between your auto shots. Good hunters use this to weave one melee hit in between every auto shot, and this increases your damage by a lot. Basically, doubling your efficiency by itself, and you can start killing 2 mobs at a time even while leveling. Keep one mob in melee range and melee weave it, and keep the other mob at range length and use auto shot. Number 2, use mob pathing to your advantage. Fence kite if you have a fence available, otherwise kite around a big tree or use ledges on a building. This way you can always hit the mob with ranged attacks by just abusing mob pathing. One example is this building right here in Teldrassil for you Night Elf hunters out there, but basically just use any mob pathing in the open world like this to keep mobs out of range so you can pump maximum ranged damage. Hunters are an incredible class for hardcore because it fits pretty much everyone. Whether you want to take it slow and steady and play it safe all the way, or if you want to pump and level fast, hunters are a good choice either way. Also, whether you're a solo player or a group player, hunters can be good and are good in both scenarios. Hunters also have the incredible upside of not being very gear dependent, just like feral druids. The one upgrade you somewhat care about as a hunter is your bow or gun upgrade, basically your ranged weapon, and when specced into Beast Mastery, even that upgrade doesn't matter as much as it would for many other classes. While you do want upgrades, and upgrades are always amazing to get, what I'm saying is that hunters can definitely survive without as many upgrades as a melee class would need. So let's go through some hunter abilities that are worth talking about, and this list will be somewhat short, but I'm keeping it mainly the most important abilities, and I'm also excluding pet abilities, but keep in mind pets can charge, taunt, screech, reduce enemy damage, silence, and so on. Number 1. Aspect of the Cheetah. This ability is insane for both hardcore, leveling, and a fresh environment. Movement speed is always nice, you can use it to increase your efficiency while leveling, because running will be a huge part of your leveling experience, or you can use it to run away from mobs if you need to get away. Concussive shot, keeping mobs away from you by slowing them down. This one has a pretty short cooldown and hunters are incredible at slowing and kiting mobs without ever letting them into melee range. Distracting shot, allowing you to juggle a threat between you and your pet if necessary. Scare beasts, not too much to say about this one, but can be useful in certain scenarios. Freezing trap, useful for CC but also for survival. Feign death, an ability you can use to survive pretty much most scenarios that would otherwise result in certain death. Wyvern sting, allowing you to put a target to sleep and also dealing damage over time upon waking up. And wing clip, a melee ability allowing you to slow down mobs, so even if you get a mob within melee range, you can slow down the mob, run away, and keep pumping range damage. All of these abilities combined will help you deal with any situation, pump out maximum damage, keep enemies at range, slow them down, speed yourself up, and feign death if you need to escape a very dangerous scenario. All of this being said, let's get into some ratings for the Hunter. For solo gameplay, Hunters are a pretty obvious 5 out of 5 stars in my opinion. Having a personal tank with insane damage output and incredible survival, through your Hunter pet and specking Beast Mastery, you can handle just about anything in the open world while leveling, both normal mobs and elites. Pretty much anything is soloable as a Hunter. For group gameplay, this is where it gets a little bit more tricky, referring back to previous in this video where I said a bad Hunter would be the reason why your dungeon group wipes, while a good Hunter would be the reason why your dungeon group survives. This is where your personal skill ceiling comes into play. A bad Hunter in a dungeon group would be a 1 out of 5 stars, maybe a 2, while a very good Hunter would be a 5 out of 5 stars. For that reason, I will meet in the middle ground and give it a 3 out of 5, while also verbally stating that it has the potential to go up and down from this rating based on your personal skill. Hunters do bring a lot to the table in groups. First of all, having that pet offers a chance of having an off tank ready at any times, plus you can use the Hunter pet to pull mobs if or when necessary, or off tank in big pulls. On top of that, you also offer crowd control and slowing abilities. You can use Trank Shot, Viper Sting to drain mana, but you also have the usual Hunter memes, where a dungeon group wipes due to a Hunter pull. Lastly, for survival, I give Hunters 5 out of 5 stars again. Having a personal tank, you can always keep your main target away from you at any times while dealing damage from max range, and if you happen to butt pull another mob on you, then you can wing clip into scatter shot and then run away for them to concussive shot it and keep it slowed. Alternatively, you can use a frost trap on it or even feign death. You also have movement speed increase from aspect of the cheetah, so even running away is fast as a Hunter. The only thing you really don't have is self-healing. So overall, Hunter is a very good class to play for hardcore, especially while leveling.